close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast, this is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose. Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast, this is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose.
You love me?
I love you so much.
I love you too. You want to get married today?
Yes. Oh my God.
You feel better?
Oh my God. Yeah.
You look so handsome. Look at you.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
You don't think I'm ugly?
No. No.
You're so fancy.
My love for you is gold, not blue, and shining more brightly each day. I love you, I love you, I love you, my dear, in a sweet, old-fashioned way. My love for you is constant and new, no matter the change or the age. As we both get older, my love will grow bolder for my sweet, old-fashioned babe. For my sweet, old-fashioned babe.
It is a great pleasure to welcome you today to celebrate this special moment between Meg and Abigail. Your presence here symbolizes the love and joy that we all feel for our friends, family, and loved ones in our community. It's an honor to be able to join you in marking the start of Meg and Abigail's marriage. Now, marriage is a bold step into an unknown future. And Abigail, Meg, you guys know a little bit about unknown futures. You live together through a global pandemic, which is the epitome of an unknown future. When the world shut down, none of us knew what the future was going to look like. For you two, it looked like sanitizing your groceries together after your shopping trips. It looked like a lot of time home together alone with only each other and too much television to keep you company. In all of that chaos, you were each other's steady foundation. You were stability to each other in an unstable world. Facing that great unknown together showed you that you could face anything together. And in a time when we were all learning to live without a lot of things that we never imagined we could, You learned that you could not live without each other. And the love that has grown between you is what brings us here today. A marriage isn't created by a law or a ceremony. The commitment of marriage grows out of loving, caring, and sharing ourselves with another. This ceremony isn't magic. It won't create a relationship that doesn't already exist between the two of you and has not already been celebrated in all of the commitments that you've made to each other, both large and small, in the days since you first met and recognized the connection you share. In the same way, marriage is more than simply a legal agreement or a one-off promise. Beyond the love you already shared, I believe a successful marriage needs two things. First, it needs trust. And through this pandemic, you both learned you could trust each other fully and completely. You could trust each other with your safety, and you proved that with the sanitizing of the groceries, taking every precaution necessary to keep each other healthy and safe. You learned to trust each other with your mental and emotional health as you supported each other and cared for each other through seemingly unending months of being stuck at home. Perhaps most importantly, you learned you could trust the other person to love you. You trusted each other to show up fully, authentically, and honestly in your relationship, knowing that the other person would love you no matter what. And the second ingredient that I believe is essential to a lasting relationship is laughter. And my God, do you know how to make each other laugh? If the pandemic was anything, it was a master class in learning how to lift each other's spirits. When I had the chance to meet you two over a video call, of course, classic COVID, and talk about your wedding, I remember how much you made each other laugh and how much you made me laugh. When life is hard and when the world feels scary and chaotic, sometimes laughter is all we have to keep us from falling apart. And Meg, Abigail, you give the gift of laughter to each other, and this is one of the greatest gifts you can give. So today, in front of your family and friends, you're giving each other the gift of commitment. In a few moments, you're going to share from your hearts what this commitment means to you. And as you share those words and as you say, I do, remember that this promise that you're making today is not always an easy one to keep. It's not simple or effortless. It takes hard work, perseverance, patience, honesty, and vulnerability. Like a garden, a strong marriage must be carefully tended. It must be watered with kindness and compassion, fed with tenderness and mercy. The weeds of bitterness must be plucked out as soon as they begin to grow. If you want to see a harvest of growth and love, you must tend to your marriage daily. But when you are tired or discouraged or disheartened, your love for each other will be a source of nourishment, refreshing you and renewing you to face the world together. So now, having considered all of these things, Meg, do you take Abigail to be your partner through life? Do you promise to love her, protect her, and spend your days in laughter together forever? If so, say I do.
I do.
And Abigail, do you take Meg to be your partner through life? Do you promise to love and protect Meg and spend your days in laughter together forever? If so, say I do.
I do.
Good. Now, I'm going to let you guys exchange your vows you've written for each other, taking time to make your commitment to each other personal and intentional. Nothing is easier than saying these words here today, but nothing is more difficult than living them day to day. When you love someone, you don't love them all the time in exactly the same way. That's impossible, yet that's what most of us expect. We forget the ebb and the flow of life and love and relationships and try to insist on permanence or duration or continuity. But in love, as in life, the only stability is in change, in growth, and in freedom. So therefore, what you promise today must be renewed and reaffirmed tomorrow and all the tomorrows to come.
All right. Meg. How weird to call you Meg when, like your favorite lady, Leslie Knope, I make up the most ridiculous nicknames imaginable for you. Baby Shark, Blind Cave Cricket, Sweet Pisces. I love you so much. We have been waiting for this moment for a long, long time. Long enough that I started to second guess every detail of this day, from my jewelry down to each individual flower. But I never had cold feet. You have been the only part of this day I was always certain about. We are good together when times are easy. I love sharing museums and concerts with you, and I also love staying home and sharing a bottle of wine. But more importantly, we are good together when times are tough. Going through the pandemic put our relationship to the test. I have known we would make a good team since the first time we tackled hand washing all our groceries. As hard as it was, we still had a lot of fun. You managed to be both as comforting as home when the world was really scary, and as exciting as a vacation when we were all stuck in our house and all we could do was stay inside and make sourdough. I promise to make you laugh for the rest of your life. I promise to be there for you in sickness and in health. I promise to love you as you are and to love the new parts you discover about yourself. I promise to listen and always try to be a better person tomorrow than I am today. I promise to bring you coffee every morning and to always kill the spiders. I promise to protect your kind, vulnerable heart when the world is mean, and to keep learning from you how to stay that vulnerable and soft even when it hurts. We are often told that great love should require sacrifice, but I think we have learned that life is hard enough. Great love should feel easy. You make every day better and brighter just by being yourself. You are the most obvious choice I could make. So in the same way that I answered when you proposed, instead of saying I do, I say hurry, hurry, hurry.
And I'm not allowed to kiss her yet, right?
No, no kissing.
All right. I know I am starting this marriage off properly because the first thing I have to say is, Abigail, you were right. Writing these words that have always been very private thoughts or only shared with you was more difficult than I thought it would be. In fact, I think I have written about 20 different iterations of this preface because I wanted it to be the most perfect and unique profession of my love for you. But that's the thing with perfection. To strive for impedes the goal of. Which made me think about how both of us came into this relationship. I was your first Tinder date. Not even important enough to be jotted down on your calendar. And I figured I could tell you anything since I was pretty damn sure you were just gonna ghost me. We started this relationship without perfect, grand expectations or goals. We started this by just being our most honest and vulnerable selves. And doing so got us this far, right? Through my perfectionist doom scrolling, Google suggested I start with something funny, such as, I vow to always put you first, even during football season. But since neither of us know when that is, instead, Abigail, I vow to put you first through every season, from hot girl summer to seasonal depressive and dissociative winter. I promise to love you openly, fiercely, and forever, without reservation or conditions. I vow to keep you safe, even if that means we can't hold hands in bed in case we must fight. I pledge my life to yours, to cherish and accept you for who you are and will become. This also means that I promise to never buy or wear Oakleys, no matter how hard the early aughts are coming back. I've been told. It's cliche, but you make me a better person because you have given me the freedom, love, patience to be my fullest, best, and most authentic self. Thus, I vow to continue working on me and in order to be the spouse you deserve. This includes promising to be your most dependable person, since you are the most dependable person for everyone else in our lives. And of course, I vow to clean the litter box if you will clean the pukey pukes. I promise to be truthful, faithful, and communicate as best as I can, never bottling up or hiding my feelings from you. Scout's honor, I pledge to do everything within my power to make your life better. And lastly, I guarantee, we will always be short limes. So that's what I have. It's not perfect, but it's as close as I can make it. Know that I will continue our future together, how it started, by being my most vulnerable and honest self. Your mom joked I have my work cut out for me. because you're a handful. And despite everyone telling me I have small hands, you, my elf, fit perfectly in them. So Abigail, in the wise words of Andrea Gibson, just know that whenever, however this ends, I want you to know right now, I love you forever. And I'm so happy to be starting my forever with you.
No kissing.
No kissing.
Time. Time is a resource in life that once it's gone, it cannot be replaced. You guys can hold hands. I know you can't kiss, but you can. Aren't any redos. There's no backspace button. We can't undo the past. And for each of us, a time is limited. The end is inevitable. And that sounds daunting and definitely not like something you want to think about on your wedding day, so sorry. But while there is no way to rewind time, time is always moving forward, offering us another chance. We don't know when the end of our moments will come, but we do know that it's not now. It's never right now. This moment that we find ourselves in is bursting with the power of potential. We can't undo our mistakes, but we can do better, act differently, try again right now. When our own mortality or the weight of the past weighs down on us, we can remind each other that we still have this moment. We have an hourglass over here, and in a moment, you're going to fill it with sand. You'll get to take it home with you, and over time, as you turn it back and forth, the sand is going to blend together. And just like the sand, as time passes, your lives will start to blend together in many ways. You will become an even stronger team focused on the same goals, going in the same direction. And the sand in your hourglass is a visual reminder to let time bring you closer. Often when we see an hourglass, we think about the way they signify a coming end, the finish. You're waiting for the sand to run out. But what I love most about the hourglass is that when the last grain of sand has fallen from the top, the hourglass begs to be turned. The hourglass reminds us that there's always another moment. When it feels like the sand is gone, all we must do is turn the glass and a new moment, another chance has begun. So as you fill this hourglass with sand, and every time you see it, let it be a reminder to you that each moment is alive with possibility, not to erase the past, but to leave it behind, to live right now.
If I hadn't sold it for its gold, I'd give you the class ring from when I was still a girl and taking good care of my cuticles. If it hadn't burned in a fire, I'd give you the Valentine from my first kiss, the boy who grew up to become a preacher and a Canadian, which seems like a contradiction, I'm not sure why. If I knew exactly where to find it, I'd give you the time capsule I buried to open in 1,000,000 years. I'd shimmy it out of the earth and say, here, I made this for you when I was 7. Inside a lock of my dog's hair from before he went to live on a farm for biting the face off of a man who looked at me wrong. If the tooth fairy hadn't come any of those times, I'd give you my smile and say, you're the reason I'm gay, and I mean that the old-fashioned way, as in happy, but also kind of the other way too. I'd give you my name, but I'd rather have yours, so when the telemarketers call and say, with whom am I speaking, I can say it out loud, the name I was born with, but didn't know until the night I wiped the sweat off your arms on a dance floor in Oakland, then licked the salt from the length of my hands. Do you know how sick a person gets licking the length of their hands in a nightclub? I didn't leave the bathroom for 7 days, which is to say, I give you my time. My decades, even. Don't tell me to be less dramatic. Of course I've loved before, but I didn't give it my all. Mostly, I gave up. You ask, what makes this different? Well, I want to give it a whirl the size of a tornado. Well, I want to give it a go at every red light. I just know you make me feel like I could win the lottery with a parking ticket. I see your lipstick on a coffee cup and feel like I have never known a bruise. And I want to give it my best. And I want my best to be incredible, because people take me serious, but I know I am a joke that you will always get. Your laughter, so holy. The hecklers tell me I'm coming up short, and I say, great, now I can win the limbo contest. I want to give you all my trophies from the county fair, where I won the potato sack race, and the poetry slam, where I was runner-up behind a man who read a love poem for pudding. That would be the sweetest gift. When you're down, I want to give you my best pickup line. What's your sign? Mine has historically been stop, but since meeting you, I've changed it to merge. Darling, when I gave you my heart, I gave my life my word that it would not be the same heart I had given before. I put in like 100 more doors and a record player from a real record store, and I put in a skylight that was all yours. That day, you picked me up and carried me through that airport like my goodbye had no weight. My goodbye has no weight. Right now, you are sleeping beside me, making a face you would not want to know you're making. Call it the opposite of your mirror face. I call it me bringing home the gold. I call these bed sheets what was sewn from the ribbon at the end of a long race. And I don't want to be anywhere but here, whispering all your nicknames from every hiding place till I give myself away. Hey, galaxy. Hey, Lord of the Butterflies. Hey, grief thief. Hey, wind chime. Hey, adorable sneezer. Hey, perfect s'mores. Hey, lifeboat. Hey, lifeboat. I'm yours.
You can hold hands again. And I would ask for all of you who love each other here today to reach out and join hands with someone as well. To reach out to another person and to be seen and loved is an essential human need. And taking the hand of someone you love is a powerful symbol of that unspoken bond. Abigail and Meg, as you prepare to exchange rings, I want you to take a moment to consider the hands that you're holding. These are the hands of your partner, strong and full of love, holding your hands as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will hold you and comfort you in grief and uncertainty. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and joy. These are the hands that will hold your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength. And these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. From today onward, each of you will wear a ring on your hands, a physical symbol of the commitment you have made for each other today. The promises you've made will be inscribed forever in your minds and in your hearts, but words are so often fleeting. So let these rings serve as a reminder of the feelings you have in your hearts at this very moment, of the beauty that your hands are building together. And as you put this ring on Abigail's finger, repeat after me. Abigail, with this ring, I'm giving you my promise.
Abigail, with this ring, I am giving you my promise.
To always love you.
To always love you.
Cherish you.
Cherish you.
Honor you.
Honor you.
And comfort you.
And comfort you.
I promise that I will love you.
I promise that I will love you.
And keep my heart open to you.
And keep my heart open to you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
It's your turn. You can do the same. Repeat after me. Meg, with this ring, I'm giving you my promise.
Meg, with this ring, I am giving you my promise.
To always love you.
To always love you.
Cherish you.
Cherish you.
Honor you.
Honor you.
And comfort you.
And comfort you.
I promise that I will love you.
I promise that I will love you.
And keep my heart open to you.
And keep my heart open to you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
No one but you can declare yourselves married. You've begun it here today in speaking your vows before your family and friends, and you will do it again in the days and years to come, standing by each other, sharing the highs and the lows of life. Here is my hope for you. May you have many long years to delight in each other's company and to love and be loved by the family and the friends who have come here to support you today. May you make a home that is at once sheltering and welcoming. May you do meaningful, productive work at home and in the world, learning from your failures and growing in your accomplishments. May life's challenges be met together with courage and optimism, and may your days be filled with laughter, imagination, trust, friendship, and love. You've come here today of your own free will and in the presence of family and friends have declared your love and commitment to each other. You have given and received a ring as a symbol of your promises. And so, by the power of your love and commitment to each other and by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you married. Meg, Abigail, you can now share your first kiss. Please stand and applaud and help me in honoring the married couple.
Down in the hole again. I cannot remember what my life was like. Getting old instead. It's been a few since I got on my bike. Do you know the way to get right back to what today you like? Do you have what you thought was in store from way back when before? Slow in time, like a pencil drawn line, erases too close behind, so it's dots. Are you asleep, my friend? 'Cause I ain't been awake as much as I had thought. Can't try to pretend to explain all of these years I've got.
So I wrote this speech less than an hour ago. And talking in front of a bunch of people while being video recorded is my nightmare. So I'm gonna try and make this make sense. The first thing I want to say from me and the wedding party is thank you for being here. There have been some family losses over the years, so not everyone was able to be here physically, but for everyone who is here physically and also mentally and emotionally, thank you. After 2 years of talking about this wedding with them, that was the number one priority, was making sure that they are surrounded by people to celebrate today, so thank you. Now, about the couple. We did it. We survived. We're here. And we have all these people with us. I've been to a lot of weddings, but this is the first time I've been in a wedding party, which means that this is the first time I've got to see the stress firsthand. But that also means this is the first time I've got to see the love and support firsthand. And so to just kind of let y'all know how I ended up in the wedding party, Meg and I became, we met each other at a museum exhibit open house in 2016, and then somehow became friends, and then somehow became siblings. So today, I've got to see their whole relationship since the beginning, and I've got to see their love and support for each other. And so I get to stand up here with my sibling and my new sister-in-law. And I just gotta say, if you were given a textbook for healthy relationships, they would be on the cover. They have so much love and support for each other. They've been through some ups and some downs, some life transitions, buying a house, experiencing some family loss, surviving a pandemic, and they've done it with grace, love, and support. So I don't really have any advice to give them because I feel like they are the model for the perfect relationship. The last thing I'm going to mention, they had a competition with each other about who had the best vows. And as the best person, I feel like I have the authority to say that both of them knocked it out of the park. And on that note, I want to cheers to the couple. I left my wine over here. To Meg and Abigail.
Hi, Sarah is right. This is fully terrifying to be up here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Bas or Maribas, right? And I am Abigail's maid of honor. I met her about 5 years ago when we both succumbed to becoming teachers, possibly at the worst time like ever imaginable to be teachers, right? We had to do it through a pandemic. We're here, Zoom lessons and all. After I met her, we quickly became, best friends. She has been my biggest support system. I'm not gonna cry, stop. And she's just one of my closest friends. She's also my personal little raccoon at work because she eats literally every leftover I've ever had. She's amazing, and if you know her, you know that too. And she's taught me a lot about how to be a good person and how to be an advocate for anybody who really needs advocacy. And also because of her, I've learned that apparently I'm very good looking because she says she's not friends with ugly people. So don't worry, we're all in good hands. We're all surrounded by good looking people. So soon after I met her, I met Meg. And that's when she confided in me that she was dating a real hottie. And that she couldn't be happier to be, with Meg. And my heart swells up whenever I see them together because they really are just fantastic. Not just alone, but together. So once I met Meg, I understood why Abigail felt so hard for them. Because if there's anyone that makes sense for Abigail, it's Meg. I think I wrote it, I signed it. Their love is puke-worthy. It's just so incredibly cute all the time. I'm not jealous as a single woman at all. So I don't like to take up too much time. This has already been a lot of time. But if you could please just look at each other really quick for the last thing I would like to say to you. I just want you to know that the person that you're looking at right now is statistically who's most likely to murder you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kaylee. I am Abigail's sister. I'm not the maid of honor, obviously, but I am the MVP because over the pandemic, when we were planning all this, I was the only one in their quarantine bubble. Alright, so good evening, everyone. First off, I'd like to say congratulations to the couple. I'm so happy for you both. I have a few favorite stories about Meg and Abigail. One of my favorites is about the scarf that Abigail knitted Meg for Christmas. Knowing that Meg is a history nerd, Abigail had read about the spies during World War II who knitted secret messages into their scarves, changing the type of stitch to signify different letters of the alphabet. Abigail then used this idea to knit I love you into a scarf she gave to Meg. Since Andrea Gibson is one of Meg's favorite poets, this poem caught my eye. I mastered the art of crochet and crocheted her a winter scarf. And one night at the bar, I gave it to her with a note that said something like, I hope this keeps your neck warm. If it doesn't, give me a call. The key to finding love is messing up the pattern on purpose, is skipping a stitch, is leaving a tiny, tiny hole to let the cold in, and hoping she mends it with your lips. Meg and Abigail, I wish you all the best in your future marriage. I love you both. Cheers. I don't have a cheers, but cheers.
So it starts. Never snap right out. Never snap right out to you. Never snap right out of it. So moving time like a pencil drawn line. The race is too close behind. So it starts. So moving time like a pencil drawn line. The race is too close behind. So it starts. End of my life. Papers boring and white. Like the reddest of lights. It stops.
I am hiding from my fiance who is in the bathroom. I'm doing just fine. It is very dark in here. I see some quilts. They said, "You're too gay, get back in there." I've spent a good long time here. I'm very comfortable.
Can't wait for you to come out.
I know. Maybe this should be where the first look happens. Busting down closet doors.